Okay, so I'm up and I'm here to talk to you about branching strategies. And I figured with only 5 minutes on the clock, it's more about speed dating than actual whining and dining. But we just had lunch, so I think I'm good with the speed dating part. Talking about DevOps, usually everyone talks about collaboration, source control, making sure that you have general centralized storage, and an option to share your finished code together. If we're talking about source control, usually people instantly talk about the synchronization of your code between that central storage and your local development machine. And to be honest, I didn't want to fill my 5 minutes with this cheat sheet and explaining all the terminology. I figured it would be much more fun to talk about branch strategies. And for me, branching strategies is like going on an adventure with your entire team, like walking on that paved path together, like happy, happy, joy, joy. But with every team, there's always one or two individuals in that team that like to just explore their own little sandy paths. So it's very natural to basically branch off. But how does that process really work? Right? It's not a big mystery because basically branching off means at some point you will come back to your team and share those adventures. And with nowadays source control tools, it's easy to create your own branch. It's just a push of a button basically, or adding a command to your tool set. And then you can go on your happy, merry way. Just do your own explorations, build your own code extensions, test them, do your own commits. It's like your own little very cool adventure. And by the time you are ready to share your code with the team again, it's just as simple as creating a pull request. And that's the signal to the team that you are ready to tell them what you discovered. And it also gives them an opportunity to have maybe some discussions or at least review your code. And if everyone really is excited about those findings as well, it's just a matter of approval. And then you can basically get your code merged back into that main branch. Right, that's what I figured. And that's the moment where you basically join the team again. And you can go on and have these cool shared adventures again on that very paved road. Sounds like fun, right? So now talking about branching strategies, because that was just creating one branch. And the cool thing about branching strategies, it's all about understanding at what time you create your own branch. Of course, you start with a main branch in production, but at some point, developers want to explore again, create new feature sets. So that's a clear signal to create a developer branch. But maybe that's not all, because development is usually focused on multiple features, right? That's what I figured. So you might even want to create a feature branch to just have like a smaller group focus on that one particular feature, but have the freedom to explore and experiment within that feature without that code messing up the development. Or maybe even just have your own little adventure again, just like that sandy road at the beginning. Because then you really have that freedom to have your own space, your own playground, so to speak. And I do understand that explaining this, you have the power to create your own branch, might create this whole chaotic sprawl of branches. So I think the main, or at least the key takeaway that I would like to give you is that branching is more about understanding that you have that stable production code and have the opportunity to create new functionality or experimental spaces, playgrounds. But the main important thing about the branching strategy, that it's a team decision what strategy to follow, so that everyone within the team can feel comfortable and happy about using that branching strategy. And it's not set in stone. if you discover that you might need a special purpose branch in the future, feel free to start that discussion again within the team and see if that works better for you. And if you have any questions left, feel free to find me. I'm not going to make this about you, Floor. Feel free to find me. I'd be happy to have any more dinner conversations with you. Because speed dating isn't just everything.